Hiya, welcome to the Pilates beginners. Make sure that you get yourself a mat and maybe a towel for the mat. And I'm also using a couple of blocks here, but you could use a couple of books at home. Start off by standing behind your mat, line up your toes with the edge of the mat and place your feet hip width apart. Good, and just stack your body over the top and find that belly button, draw it in, find your pelvic floor, lift it up, and then start breathing deeply as you circle around your center of gravity. Try to keep your big toes, your heel, everything on the floor. Keep breathing deeply and then change direction. Try to make this circle as big as you can. Be careful you don't fall over with this. And then shift the weight onto your heels. Good. And make sure your knees are nice and soft. Then hug your hips with your hands, draw the belly button in and breathe through a pelvic tilt. In through the nose and out through pursed lips whilst warming up that lower back. Good, and then bring the hips to face to front. Drop your arms and collapse your spine. Keep drawing in through that belly button pelvic floor as you inhale and exhale to lengthen through the crown of your head. Make yourself as long as you possibly can. Inhale to collapse and exhale to lengthen. As you lengthen this time, pull the shoulder blades together to line your shoulders up with your ears. Inhale, collapse. Exhale this time, really lift that chin to a nice parallel position to the floor. Good, and then hold it in this super position. Nice, good posture as you side extend, making sure you keep the weight of your feet on both of them. So don't lean from one leg to the other. Warming up the spine in all the directions that we can bring it. We're going to add the arm here. Exhale to lengthen. Inhale and exhale to bring it over to the other side. Feel a stretch from the hip into the armpit and then into your fingertips here. Inhale and exhale. Make sure you never hold your breath. You keep breathing deeply. And then pull the arms in line with your shoulders. Make sure the belly button is still drawn in. Lift the shoulders up to your ears and pull them down. Do that again. Inhale to lift and exhale to pull it down. A couple more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale to pull the shoulders down. Trying to keep the arms in line with your shoulders. Inhale and exhale to pull it down. Now take a deep breath in this position and then exhale as you rotate through the rib cage. Look alongside the arm and inhale to bring it back to the center. Keep those hips facing forward. Your knees are soft. Your belly button is drawn in and the shoulders are downwardly engaged. Warming up the spine in a beautiful rotation. And exhale. Inhale back to the center and drop your arms. Good, we're going to come into a back extension and into a forward flexion. Show me the palms of your hands. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, you lift your breastbone up towards the ceiling as you lift your chin up and you circle the arms around you. Make sure you don't hold your breath. And then chin down. Push the hands back, lift the breastbone, extend through the upper back and circle the arms back to the front. You've got one more. Lift the breastbone, circle the arms behind you and bring it back into a parallel position. You're going to take a deep breath in. You're going to stick a pen underneath your chin and keep holding on to that pen. Give me length through the back of your neck as you exhale to roll it down. As round as you can make it. Allow the weight of your head to pull you down. Inhale at the bottom and exhale to stack back to the top. Work from the base of your spine into the crown of your head, not missing out a single vertebra. Let's go again. Inhale. Stick the pen underneath your chin and roll it down. Keep drawing in through the belly button. Keep moving. Don't ever stop breathing. So if you run out of breath, just take another breath. Your aim is to breathe once at the top and once at the bottom. And if that doesn't work out, just take another breath. Stack your spine back to the top. We're combining the two exercises. Show me the palms. lift the breastbone, circle the arms around you. Make sure you're breathing. You inhale and exhale to bring it down. Bring this as deep down as you can. You might feel a stretch in the back of your thighs. Bring it back to the top. It's a nice fluid movement with breath and control. Keep going with this. Make sure you keep the fluidity of the movement running. This time, hold it at the bottom, as steep as you can without aggravating your lower back, and then shift your weight into the front of your toes and lengthen the tailbone up a little bit and feel the stretch all along the back of your legs. Keep breathing. You might want to close your eyes in this position. And then open up your eyes, stack your spine back to the top, and then lift the shoulders up. Inhale and exhale to pull the shoulders down. With those shoulders downwardly engaged, you're going to raise the arms up to the front and back down. Show you from the side. You exhale to lift the arms, you inhale to bring it down. Can you see that my spine is nice and neutral? So the hips are facing forward. The belly button is drawn in, the knees are soft. Good, and now we're going to add a squat to this. So you're going to shift the weight into the heels. It's almost like sitting down on a chair that's slightly too far away. And then back to the top. I'm going to turn around again. Take a deep breath in. Reach forward. Keep the spine nice and long. And bring it back to the top. The depth of this squat is up to you. So if your knees are hurting, you can give me a little bit of a squat. If you've got nice strong legs with healthy knees, bring this down as steep as you can, focusing on maintaining a neutral spine and pulling the shoulders down. You've got a couple more. Keep breathing, please. There's one more. Take it down and back to the top. Good, we're going to work on balance next. So if you struggle with your balance, then find yourself a little spot where you can hold on to the wall. But your ultimate aim is to do these exercises without holding on. So you might just want to be close to your furniture so you can hold on if you have to. Of course, we don't want you to fall over. Good, you're going to shift the weight into one leg. The leg that you're standing on is nice and soft. Draw the belly button in, focus on keeping those hips exactly parallel. So you don't want to start dropping the floating hip down. Arms can be out or you can tuck them in wherever you feel confident. Take a deep breath in, draw the belly button in and try to lift your foot off the floor. So you might want to tap the floor to keep that balance, or if your balance is really good, what you want to try to do is lift the leg above the hip and keep breathing here, please. Very important that you don't hold your breath. Focus on the posture as well, so keep lengthening through the crown of the head, pulling the shoulders down. Good, take that leg down. Let's try the other side. You might find that one leg balance is easier than the other one. Knees are soft, you're breathing. You might want to keep it down here. Or if you've got solid balance, you're going to lift this up to at least hip height, but if you can, a little bit higher, and just hold it there and breathe deeply. Allow the ankle to do the sideways movements. So you'll feel that your ankle won't feel quite stable, but that's okay. You let that happen. Keep breathing and then bring it back down. Good, well done. Big shoulder circles. It's time to go onto the floor. So step to the end of your mat. Feet are hip width apart. Take a deep breath in, and then you're going to bring the chin back to your chest, and you're going to roll down. Don't stop. Also, don't stop breathing. And then once you get to the bottom, line your knees up with your hips. Line your arms up with your shoulders. Now make sure that you are in good posture here. So we always want to start all of our exercises with perfect posture. So knees line up with the hips, hands line up with the shoulders. Make sure that the back, particularly the lower back, is in a neutral position. So if you imagine you have headlamps attached to your hips, the headlamps are shining parallel to your thighs into the floor. Just want to show you what I mean by that. So at the moment, I'm presenting a neutral spine. In this position, the headlamps are now shining behind my knees and my curve in my spine is too deep. If I tuck my tail in, the hip bones are now shining towards my face and I'm again in the wrong position through the lower back. So make sure that you are in neutral. They're facing parallel to your thighs into the floor. Pull the shoulders down, lengthen through the crown of your head. Make sure I haven't got that arch through the upper back. So that's why I'm always telling you, pull the shoulders down. Draw the belly button in and just breathe here. Good, now fold the toes under and sit back. Just to stretch out those toes. I'm going to give you two options here. I'm going to give you an option for somebody with toes that can't be bent due to injury. And I'm going to give you an option for people that can bend their toes deeply. Good. So option one, you can't bend your toes. What I need you to do, and I'd like everybody to join in with this, I'd like you to just engage your core and your pelvic floor in this position. So what I need you to do is be in a neutral spine. On the exhale, you're going to draw the belly button in and lift the pelvic floor. On the inhale, you relax. On the exhale, you draw the belly button in and you lift the pelvic floor. So it should feel like somebody's giving you a tight hug around your waist. So you're engaging and disengaging with each breath. If you can roll your toes under and you can weight bear on those toes, now what we're going to do with the exhale and that engagement, we're going to lift the knees away from the floor. So take a deep breath in, exhale to lift, inhale to bring it down. Maintaining neutral spine. Now if you find after a while your wrists are hurting, you can come onto your knuckles. Take a deep breath in and exhale to lift. Inhale to bring it down. Exhale to lift. Inhale to bring it down. Let's do two more. Exhale to lift. Inhale to bring it down. One last one. Exhale to lift. Inhale to bring it down. Now lengthen those toes. Bring the big toes together. Open up your knees. And come on back into a child's pose. Stretching out the back line of your body. Keep pushing the weight backwards. Keep lengthening the arms and pull the shoulders back and down. And allow the upper body and the chest to really relax into and towards the mat. We're moving on into a back extension. So go ahead and come on down onto your front. So we're going to strengthen the back muscles and we're going to give our back mobility. What you want to do, you want to work with your core. So that belly button pelvic floor lift that we've spoken about is really important. So draw the belly button in, lift the pelvic floor, frame your face with your hands, keep the elbows nice and wide, pull the shoulders down, take a deep breath in, you draw the belly button in, lift the pelvic floor on the exhale, and then do it again, inhale. And with that engaged pelvic floor, belly button, you're going to bring the back of the head away from the mat, pulling the shoulders down, and bring it back down. Let's do that again. Exhale to extend, inhale to bring it down. So depending on how healthy your back is, you will be able to come less high up or higher up. Keep going with this. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the legs, draw the belly button in, lift the pelvic floor. If you can and want, we can bring this all the way to the top. Keep your pubic bone and your hip bones on the mat. Inhale at the top, And exhale to roll it back down. Your aim here is to give your spine as much movement as possible. You'll find that your upper body is also working really hard to push that back away from the mat. Always listen to your backs. If anything hurts, you're in the wrong place and you need to reduce the range of movement. So either small ones or indeed big ones. Carry on with this a few more times. Give me length, pull the shoulders down, draw the belly button in, lift the pelvic floor. Keep the fluidity of the movement running. Couple more. Last time. Excellent. Well done. Now come on onto your side. You can either use your hands to support your head, or you can use your books. If you're going to use your books, make sure that they are thick enough to fill the space between the shoulder and your ear. What you want to do is keep that spine completely long. I quite like working without the blocks, so I'm going not to use the blocks, but I can use my arm. We want to work here with perfect posture. So line up your heels, your bum cheeks, your shoulders, and particularly the back of the head with your shoulder. If you struggle with this, use the back edge of the mat, this edge here, and line up your heels, your bum, your shoulders, and the back of the head up with the back edge of the mat. Crucial that you're using good posture. Good. When you're lying on your side and you're lengthening that top leg, you should have a gap underneath your waist. And indeed, if the shoulder is in the right place, so pull down shoulder blades, the rib cage should be lifted as well. You can use your hands to support yourself. And now we're going to draw the belly button and lift the pelvic floor as we circle the top leg, half in front of your body, half behind your body. Making sure we don't lose that good posture through the upper back. Making sure the chin is lifted, the shoulders are pushed back and down. And we present length in that leg. Imagine a giant pulling that leg out of your hip joint. And then we change direction. Inhale and exhale. Couple more. Last one. And then hold that leg in line with the rest of your body. Now we're going to flex and point our toes. Can you feel how that activates different muscle area of your legs? So you want to just target all of those. So you're going to point your toes. Up you come, making sure the waist doesn't dip. Flex and pull it down to hip height. Up we come and down again. We're breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Couple more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. And you have a little rest. Well done, everybody. We're coming over to the other side. So take that mat and bring it over to the other side. Lie back down. Line yourself up with the back edge of the mat. Bend your knees forward. Lengthen the top leg, making sure you're hip height here. Chin is at the 90-degree angle to your chest. Make sure you push the back of your head back. Good, and we're starting again with those circles. What you want to do with the bottom leg, you want to press that bottom leg firmly into the mat. So when you circle the leg backwards, make sure that the knee doesn't lift off the mat. Keep that knee firmly engaged downwards. Lift the waist, lift the rib cage, and keep breathing here. Keep the chest open. Half of the circle in front of you, half of the circle behind you. Keep going. And then change direction. I actually don't know whether we changed direction on the other side. If you think we haven't, go back and do the other side. Good, you've got one more here, and then hold it still. We are flexing and pointing. Keep drawing that belly button in really tightly. Make sure the hips are facing forward and the spine is in a neutral position. Good. Point your toes. We go up and down. And we're breathing. Now, if my breath doesn't suit you, if you want to do it in exact opposite for this leg movement here, then do that. But make sure that you carry on breathing. You should feel this in your outer thigh, but you should also feel this in your belly button, pelvic floor area, in your postural muscles, in your shoulders. You've got a couple more. One more. And have a little rest. You might want to give that leg a quick massage. Very good. Turn onto your backs. We're going to come into the 100. Feet are on the floor, hip width apart. So I know that some of you always struggle with lifting the head away from the mat. So we're just going to talk about lifting the head off first. First of all, imagine that you've got a teacup standing between the belly button and the pubic bone. It's filled with tea. And you have to make sure when you're in a neutral position that the tea doesn't spill into your belly button. So the hips are facing vertically up towards the ceiling and you're presenting a gap underneath your lower spine. Make sure that the rib cage sits on the mat. So it's not a huge gap, it's a fairly small gap. And then you need to engage that. You need to draw the belly button in, lift the pelvic floor, but you're not pressing that lower back into the mat. Very important. Keep it off the mat. Good. Interlace your fingers. Place them behind your head. So we're just going to go ahead and do some crunches here. You're going to pull the shoulders down, draw the belly button in, lift the pelvic floor, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through pursed lips. Inhale back down and exhale up. Inhale back down. Exhale up. Inhale down. You're going to give me one more. Exhale up. Inhale down. So if that really aggravated your neck, then I want you to stay on the floor with the head for our 100. If that didn't aggravate your neck, then I'm going to give you the option to take the head away from the floor. Now the exercise is called the 100 because you're meant to do 100 pulses through the arms, but if you can only do 20 or 30 or 40, whatever it is, that's absolutely fine. Then you've got something to work towards. So first of all, hips are neutral, vertical hips. Draw the belly button in, lift the pelvic floor, feet are hip width apart. Now reach with all 10 fingers towards your heels, pull the shoulders down. Lengthen the arms away and start pulsing. Inhale and exhale. It's crucial that you keep breathing, so make sure you inhale through the nose and you exhale through pursed lips. Keep drawing that belly button in. Good. We want to work on upper body stability, so make sure when you pulse your arms, you're not flapping around like a fish on land. So make sure that you keep that belly button drawn in, you pull the shoulders down, and you're completely still through the upper body. So keep going with this. Make sure that you don't just work the wrists, you need to work the whole length of your arms. Good, and now we're going to give you a higher option, so a more challenging option. You're going to bring the chin to the chest and you're going to come up into a nice crunch, and you keep going in and out. If you are in this position and suddenly you find, oh my goodness, my neck is killing me, then just place the head back down. Please don't push the neck. So if my neck is now hurting, I'm going to place my head back down. But please go ahead. If your neck doesn't hurt, stay up here for the whole 100 counts. Keep pulling those shoulders down, making sure that you're nice and stable. Lengthen the spine and look between your knees. So I don't want you to look up towards the ceiling. Keep the gaze in between your knees and keep breathing deeply. Now, as you know, my counting in the 100 is super dodgy. I have no idea how many you've done. I would guess about 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 91. Keep breathing. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 100. bring the head back down, and then bring one knee and the other knee towards your chest. Open up your knees and pull those knees towards your armpits. So try to find a stretch in the lower back. What you can do if your back is nice and healthy, you can just pull those knees closer to you so your lower back curls away from the floor, and keep pulling the shoulders down. Breathe through this. And then last but not least, I'd like you to come up and sit into an upright position. Good, we're going to do spinal rotation, so we're going to focus on rotating through the spine. A lot of people struggle with an upright seated position, so if that's the case, so if your aim here is to rotate the spine in a completely upright position. So if you struggle to sit upright, you would be in this position here with an arched curve, and the hips are not parallel to the floor anymore, they're now shining up towards the ceiling. So if you've got your legs forward and there's no way you can sit upright because you just don't have the flexibility for it and the mobility, then go ahead and grab either one or two of your books and sit on those books, and this will help to sit upright. Good. If you still can't sit upright or your legs are hurting in this position, you could bend your knees, for example, or indeed go and sit on your kitchen chair. Good, so it's all about spinal length. So you want to, from a collapsed position, you want to exhale to lengthen. Let's just go ahead and do that for the time being. So collapse, inhale, and exhale to lengthen. Every time you lengthen, you try to pull in that pelvic floor and belly button. We go down again, inhale, collapse, and exhale to lengthen. Good, you're going to keep it long, pull the shoulders down, and now take your hands and place your hands onto your breastbone. Actually, super glue your thumbs onto your breastbone, so there is no more moving through those hands. They're firmly attached to your breastbone. Keep pulling the shoulders down, keep the upright position. And now what I would like you to do, I would like you to rotate the rib cage. Inhale back to the center, and exhale to rotate. Inhale back to the center, and exhale to rotate. Make sure you don't rotate just the shoulders or just the head. You rotate the rib cage. So imagine you've got a little string attached to the bottom of your rib cage, and you're pulling that string around you to find rotation. A lot of people find this incredibly hard work. That's okay, I don't mind a bit of hard work. I would like you to really have a good go at rotating the rib cage and try to mobilize all of those little muscles that allow the spine to rotate. Keep the hips facing forward, you're still breathing. You've got one more. Bring it back to the center. If you want to make it a little bit harder, bring your arms in line with your shoulders and rotate with long arms, making sure you keep those shoulders downwardly engaged. You've got one more here. Back to the center. And relax. Now place your feet on the floor and come on into a standing position. Coming up in any way that you feel you can come up safely. Stand beside the mat again, line up your toes with the mat, and then give me a squat again. You inhale, circle the arms around you, and exhale. Really fill those lungs. Inhale and exhale. Couple more times. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Fill those lungs. Clasp your hands above the head. Pull them down. And with this, I wish you a lovely day. and I hope to see you soon back in the studio. Bye.